car. Woo! Good morning, evening, and night. Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're finally doing a car review. I know I've been talking about it. We finally got it. I've got my man Chris Neff here, and he's got us a 2017 Ram Rebel. Not a Dodge Ram. It's not a Dodge. It's a Ram Rebel. And so that's what we're going to be going over today. All right, so this is the 2017 Ram Rebel. And this thing is just fully loaded. It's got so many options that you would never think of coming on a factory pickup truck. It's got those gorgeous 17-inch wheels, and you know, every truck nowadays seems to come with 20s, and the reason behind the 17s is for off-road use. You can actually air the tires down and it will have more contact with the road or the off-road. Halo headlights. It's got the huge Ram emblem on the grill versus the, not that one, but the Dodge emblem that normally comes on. It's got the big Ram. Got these nice hood scoops right here, which actually are fake. Just let me just call that one out real quick. But blacked out badges, blacked out handles, just real pretty. Got the nice got the nice Fender Flairs on it. It comes with a bed liner. Look at that brand new bed liner. That is pretty. You don't hardly see bed liners that are in good shape. It's got nice little cargo lights, extra cargo lights back here. Nice rear window, well, sliding rear window to be politically correct. And then on the tailgate, I love this. It's all blacked out badges, and on the tailgate it's got the huge Ram emblem on the back. And that's just a little extra cool factor. And I see right here got a little backup camera. That's always handy.
Another thing, the tailgate, it locks and unlocks. You press the key so you don't have to mess with it.
So you can lock your tailgate so nobody will steal your beer kegs. That is nice.
Or your tailgate.
LED tail lights, dual exhaust. It comes stocked with these big grippy tires on it. I mean, that's deep tread. Toyo open country. Let's see, these are 285 70 by 17. And so I think this is about it for the exterior. I mean, as you see, it's a gorgeous, sleek truck. I mean, it looks like something Batman would drive if he was a redneck. So from the key fob, the intelligent fob, you can utilize the air suspension on this vehicle. So right now it's at full, they call it off-road height. It's all the way jacked up. It's as tall as it gets. And so from the key fob, you can lower it. You can make it sit right back down on the ground. So I mean, that thing, that's pretty low compared to what it was. I mean, that's pretty low to the ground, so you can get in it real easy, and then you can lift it up and go off-road or do whatever you need to do with it. So that's just one of the other cool features, is that not only it has air suspension, but you can control it from the key fob. I can't think of a single other vehicle that can do that. Now, I'm sure plenty of you will prove me wrong, but I personally know of no other vehicle that can utilize the air suspension from the fob. Before we go inside, one other thing I want to talk about is the keys. The keys on these trucks are no longer keys. It's just a fob, and it's an intelligent key or an intelligent fob. And so when you get close, you see there's this little button on the handle right here. And right now the doors is locked, so I can't open the door. All I have to do, as long as the key is in range, put my hand under the door and it unlocks. And if I want to lock it, hit the button and it locks. I mean, it just, oh, that's just convenient. Just like that, and it's unlocked. Now we can get inside. Alright, and starting on the interior, I know a lot of people normally start in the front, but this is just one thing, and let's admire this beautiful heavy stitched leather door panel. That thing is nice. But the back seat floorboard, it's got these nice heavy duty rubber floor mats. The nice little Dodge emblem on it. But you pull this thing up, and it's got a little secret compartment, if I can get this to stay. And it's got this little secret compartment here. So flip it up, it's a cooler built into the floor. And when your ice is melted, you pull it out and you can dump out the water. This is probably my most favorite thing about this vehicle right here. Little hidden cooler secret compartment. That is just nice. And these seats. So the inserts of all the seats, front and back, are embossed with this tire tread pattern. And you know, that's pretty neat and all. But that pattern is the exact same pattern as the actual tires that come on the truck. I mean, it's the exact same tires. So once the factory tires wear down, you'd be pretty dumb to buy a different brand. But other than the inserts, it's got leather all the way around and got a pretty spacious back seat, I would say. I mean, it's not, you know, made for enormous people, but for a pickup truck, that's pretty huge. On the inside, the first thing I noticed, the first thing I noticed is this enormous screen right between the gauges. That is, I mean, that's like the biggest screen I've ever seen on a gauge cluster there. But other than that, there is buttons all over the place. And there's yet another huge screen. So we're going to start going over the buttons. We'll go left to right. Obviously, you have your standard headlight button, your dimmer, your cargo lamp. So pretty standard stuff over here. Then we get to the steering wheel. What does VR mean?
Voice recognition.
So it has a button that says VR. And VR means voice recognition.
You can set your temperatures, radios, phone calls, anything you want that this truck can do, you can tell it to do with your voice while you're driving.
That's ridiculous. So then I see a little phone button. I'm assuming that's just a dial. And then you've got your selector keys. Then over here, gear minus and gear plus. So I'm assuming that means you can actually manually shift gears in this automatic truck.
Yes, you can.
And how many? This is an 8-speed automatic transmission.
That is correct, yes.
So you can sit here, and from a button on your steering wheel, you can be shifting through 8 gears going down the road. That is ridiculous. And then you have your typical cruise settings. Now, if I want to shift it into gear, there's no knob over here. There's no handle down here. It's an actual knob. So when you shift it into gear, you just turn that knob and it'll turn it into gear, you know, while you park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Right below it is the 4-wheel drive, all button, and I assume it's on the fly?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
So it's on the fly, 4-wheel drive, electronic buttons, pretty typical stuff, and this enormous screen. I mean, that's
8.4 inches.
8.4 inches. So then you can turn the screen off. You've got your hazards, you got the back button, typical air conditioning and radio controls, and then down here you've got trailer brakes, adjustable trailer brakes. And now this button right here, it's got a picture of a truck with an arrow going up, and below it, it's got one with the arrow going down. This truck has full air ride suspension that is controlled by you. It also has automatic load leveling suspension. So if you're going down the road and it's set at a certain height that you prefer, and you put a heavy trailer on it and it makes your rear end sag a little bit, it'll sense that and it'll automatically raise it back up to level it all back out. All the way around, it's got air suspension on it. So then other than that, you know, you've got heated seats, you've got your traction control, heated steering wheel. This button right here, the steering wheel itself will get warm. And then parking sensors for whenever you're backing up, and then the passenger heated seat. Then the passenger heated seat. And lots of storage. I mean, this is deep. I mean, this right here is a standard soda. I'm not going to say their name, but a standard soda bottle. And I mean, it covers up a good bit. I mean, it's very deep, just for the first part. That's not even the glove box or the, not glove box. That's not the center console. That's just an extra pocket. So when you open it up, you see this enormous center console. I mean, you see how deep this thing is. I mean, you could store so much stuff in there. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But it does have USB and auxiliary and a 12 volt built into the console. Huh?
It's a USB.
This is another USB? Oh, okay. So it has 2 USBs, an auxiliary built into the center console. So you could put your phone and hide it in your console, so if you were to leave your vehicle, it won't get stolen. But this console is actually deep. It's got 2 different sections, and this, I mean, you could almost hide a human head in there if you ever needed to. So it's got the huge center console, and then over here it's got the 110 outlet. So you could bring your entire charger and wall block to the vehicle and plug it straight into the car. We got another little cubby up here, and then over here the glove box situation. It's kind of funny. You've got this top section and your average, you know, regular glove box. I mean, this thing has got all kinds of storage in it. I mean, that's pretty neat. So on the rear view mirror, it's got a button that says, if it'll focus, assist. So you hit that button for whenever you can't figure out how to control this computer with wheels. So it seems to me they have tech support waiting to help you fix your car. And then right next to it, 911. So whenever you hit somebody in this big old truck, you can just immediately hit a button and get the ambulance coming. And then up here you've got the switch for the rear window. You've got garage door opener presets built in. That's always a real convenient thing to have. And then right up here, right above the driver's side and the passenger side, it's got little microphones for the Bluetooth. Alright, so going back to the intelligent key, all you have to do to start it is put your foot on the brake and hit the button. And then this enormous screen tells you exactly what you're driving. And if you ever forget what vehicle you're in, it'll tell you right up there too. That's very convenient. So this enormous screen has all kinds of different features on it. So right now it's set at the efficiency, the fuel efficiency. So it'll tell you your actual miles per gallon, not just your average, but it'll actually show as you're driving. And then you can just, using the steering wheel controls, you just scroll up. Now it's tire pressure. And then the speedometer, digital speedometer. And then you can do screen setup, which is just personalized settings. We ain't gonna get into all that. And then stored messages. Is this where your phone connects to it?
It'll tell you if the tires are low.
Oh,
okay. A message and say, hey, your tires are lower. You know, things like that.
So this is where if there's any errors with the vehicle, whether it be a low tire or something gone wrong, it'll have a message here letting you know. And scroll up again, and you got your radio, and then you can control your trailer brake. So it'll show how much of the trailer brake is being applied, and it will tell you whether it's connected or not and how many miles you've traveled with the trailer. Then you have a trip and another trip, and we're back to fuel economy. So, and that's pretty cool. And one thing I also noticed is over here, as you're sliding up, it'll give you a little menu of where you're going. So that's pretty neat. I mean, and this gauge cluster is just, it just looks awesome. I love it. I think I'm gonna come up here later tonight and go ahead and get it, go put it in my truck. And now over to this enormous touchscreen. So at the bottom we've got a line full of controls. So click on that, you go to media, which you have, you know, Bluetooth or all that good stuff. But then right here it says controls. So you can control the driver, heated seat, and heated steering wheel from the radio. You can turn the rear view mirror dimmer on or off, and you can actually click your backup camera so you know exactly what's behind you, even if you're not in reverse. Other settings, and the passenger seat heater can be controlled by the big touchscreen. So then down here we go to apps, and you've got all kinds of stuff: climate, media, mirror dimmer, navigation. Let's click navigation. We accept. View map. Look at that. This is all. It even gives you a little picture of the truck here. It's wrong color, but you can probably change that in options or menu. Yeah, we're not gonna go through all that right now, but and then click on phone, and you can connect your phone and control it through the touchscreen as you would on your phone, which is all right. So another really cool feature is it comes with 5 years.
5 years.
5 years of free travel link, Sirius travel link. So it's this icon right here. You can go up here where it says fuel prices, and so it'll tell you all the way around, you know, wherever you're at, which is, you know, how far away it is, their fuel price, and all that good stuff. You can click on it. It'll give you the name. That is nice. Oh, and I can click go now, and it'll automatically route me there. That is nice.
You got Wi-Fi hotspot. And what this is, it does generate its own Wi-Fi hotspot. When you click that, you have the option, of course, you can do a monthly subscription or just a day. If you're going on a trip, you can activate it for a day. And you have Wi-Fi where you go, driving, computers, whatever. Don't want to use your data, you have that as well. Of course, you have Yelp. You can do all the reviews and everything on Yelp. And we do have something called Uconnect Access you can register for. It's pretty quite cool. We actually have an app you can download through it where you can start your truck from your phone anywhere in the world, or set the alarm off, or anything. Lock the doors. If you're in China and your wife needs to get in your truck, you can actually, and you took the keys, you can actually unlock it from China with your phone.
So there is no distance barriers with that.
No distance barriers at all.
That is amazing. So another thing he was showing me was you can click and hold, and I don't know if I can get it here. Okay. You can move them around, drag and drop. You can put them down at the bottom, which is, you know, you can personalize it to exactly how you want. So I mean, this thing just, like I said, it's a computer on wheels. Look at that. All right, so driving it. Why is it lowering it?
It's lowering it. It's the best fuel economy.
Can I override that?
If you're off-road.
Yeah.
It's aerodynamic mode is what it's in.
The first thing that I noticed when driving it is the shift points. That 8-speed transmission, I mean, that's a lot of gears. And I mean, if you're just normally driving it, it does not get past 2,000 RPM. It just is constantly shifting and shifting. I mean, which is also one of the reasons why it gets like 21 miles to the gallon on the highway. So I mean, it's, you know, 21 is not a whole lot in today's world, but it's a big truck with mud tires from the factory that's made to go off-road, and it comes with and it gets 21 miles to the gallon. That is really nice, that 8-speed transmission. As far as power goes, I mean, just barely getting in it, I mean, it feels sufficient. I mean, it is definitely pulling its own weight for sure. It's smooth. I mean, every bump you take is just minimized. It's just the air shocks on it, the air suspension. It absorbs so much. It's really nice. And of course, I can't get over the smell. Oh, it smells so good in here. If any of you people have ever bought a new car, you know what I'm talking about. That smell. There's no other way. I mean, new car smell. I mean, they've already named the smell. It's just wonderful. I mean, it's just nice. It's comfortable. It's nice. It's quiet. You know, it doesn't feel like, you know, if you're in a old truck where you can hear everything outside. I mean, it's quiet. It's smooth. The steering wheel, I mean, it steers itself practically. But I mean, it's just, I'm overwhelmed with how nice it is for a pickup truck. I mean, like right here, the road they're at right now, I would normally be doing that. You know, it's taking the bumps really nice. Alright, so we're getting down an on-ramp now, and you know what has to happen every time you take an on-ramp in a big V8 Hemi. So, as soon as this truck, this old found on road dead, gets away, we'll give her some juice. Alright. Holy crap. That is, it just gets up to 4,500 RPM so quick within 2 seconds. I mean, that's not even half throttle yet. I mean, none of that was 50% throttle. And now I've got 18-wheelers that don't want to get over for me. Man, that was pretty quick. I mean, that was some good acceleration there. Like, it acts like it's not even a big heavy pickup truck. And you know, for a half-ton truck, another point that I want to make, the towing capacity on this thing is over 9,000 pounds, which, you know, I mean, that's a good amount. Like, that's a pretty heavy load, and for just a half-ton. And you know, typically half-tons aren't equipped with trailer brakes either. And so I mean, this truck is made just to work and just to play. No commuting, no in between. Like, this truck is made for the real parts of life. You know, it's made to do the work, and it's made to go off-road and have fun. It's just, it's a nice truck, but it seems a little underrated. You don't hear a lot about it, and they don't have huge commercials about it like they do with the regular Dodge Rams. And to be honest, if I'm in the market for a pickup truck, I would pick the Rebel over the regular, you know, just Ram. I mean, this thing is, for one, it's a status. Just having the, you know, it just looks all kinds of cool. It's got the different grill on it and all that. And I mean, they're just, and maybe it's because they just came out, but they're underrated. They don't get as much glory and attention as all the other trucks do, and so they're nice though. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up our little review here for the Rebel. I might have missed some information. I had a list on my phone, and then my phone died, so I apologize for that. If there's anything that I did miss that you are honestly really wanting to know, leave a comment, and we may do another video on the Rebel then, maybe going into a little more detail. You know, if you like these kind of videos and you want more of the different kinds of vehicles that are out there, and when I say that, you know, we're going to have some common vehicles as well, but not your run-of-the-mill minivans and stuff like that. But you know, we're going to try to get as many cool wow factor vehicles that we can. So leave a like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.